Bienvenue, welcome to the Municipal Council meeting for the Municipality of the County of Annapolis. Make sure that your cell phones are off, and we will get started with roll call.
District 1, Carrie M. Harrison Salzman.
District 2, Jesse Hare.
District 3, Dustin Enslow.
District 4, Charles Creighton.
District 5, Lynn Longmire.
District 6, John Welch.
District 7, Ted Agenbar.
District 8, Niall Harding.
District 9, Gidget Oxner.
District 10, Brian Pizzicono.
District 11, Diane LeBlanc. Is there any disclosure of interest for today? Seeing none, we'll move on to the approval of the order of the day. Seeing no additions, the approval of the order of the day is done. We will start on page 3, the approval of the Municipal Council minutes dated October 21st. On page 4, are there any corrections, changes, omissions to these minutes? Seeing none, they are approved as is. Let's move on to page 11. On page 11, there are recommendations from the Committee of the Whole. There are actually 6. The numbers will just skew at about 3. That's okay. So we will start with the first recommendation. Do I have a volunteer? Councillor Parsons-Solomon.
I move to authorize the warden and clerk to sign an easement agreement over Crown lands between Deep Brook and Cornwallis Park for access to the municipal sanitary sewer system. The agreement is between the province of Nova Scotia, represented by the Department of Natural Resources, and the municipality of the County of Annapolis, pursuant to the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole.
Seconder? Deputy Warden? Are there any questions or comments on the recommendation? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Motion approved. 5.2. Councillor Oxner.
I move to approve policy 136, municipal investments, 7-day notice given on November 10th, 2025.
Thank you. Seconder? Councillor Crampton. Any comments, questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. 5.3. Deputy Warden.
I move to provide a conditional letter of support to 4650800 Nova Scotia Limited in support of their application to the province of Nova Scotia for a community solar project on lands of PID 05148788 and 05200464 Granville Street, Bridgetown, Annapolis County, in accordance with the recommendation of Committee of the Whole.
Thank you very much. Seconder? Councillor Longmire. Any comments or questions? Councillor Welch.
I just want to say thank you to our CAO for answering our inquiries last week regarding the 2 cents and the highways, the road surface,
Right.
and also the remediation. So thank you for answering those questions for us.
Thank you, Councillor Welch, because I was going to do that if nobody did. Thank you, Mr. CAO. Any other comments or questions? Councillor, comments?
Yes, when we get answers back, and I know it's a provincial project, but we don't, I understand that when they lease the property, they've got an agreement with the landowner, blah, blah, blah. The thing about the 2 cents over the period of the contract, it was all provincially done. Is our UNSM a part of those discussions? Because it seems like, again, we're just handed something, this is what you're gonna get. Like, we never seem to have, they want us to go to our public and tell people what's happening in our communities, but yet they don't want us to put any input in. Like, it seems like the contracts are done, everything's done, and then we get the fallout of it. I mean, the same as when they announced that they were gonna put the solar project on farmland. The province decided that, made us look like we're the ones that did it, and then we answer all the angry questions because our constituents are calling us with concerns and angriness of putting stuff on farmland and all that stuff, but it just seems like every time we just get handed something and then we have to take the downfall for it. And I just wondering if our UNSM are a part of those talks when they do contracts like that.
I will defer to you, CAO. I think I know the answer, but
Thank you, Warden, through you to Councillor Connell. I suspect not a lot.
Yeah.
I did know when they were drafting that legislation a little bit when I was in Kings County, and they were consulting with some municipalities that were in process of projects, but I don't think that there would have been a whole lot of consultation with NSFM directly. I'm sure, like a lot of things, they probably told them what they were doing, but there might not have been a lot of thorough discussion.
Yeah, that's just what it seems like, and this isn't the only project. I mean, quite often, the uranium thing, you know, they go gung-ho and then they leave us as a municipal government to pick up the pieces and take care of the consultation with the public. They seem to have very little consultation when it comes to projects like that. And I'm supportive of solar projects. But just again, if we're gonna be answering all of our public's concerns, then it would be nice to know a little bit about, you know, exactly the questions we asked to send out, and the answers we got back to me was just a roundabout, yes, this is how it's going and this is how it is. Really didn't answer our questions. It just was a kind of a form letter we get. It seems like every provincial thing we send a letter in to ask anything, we get kind of, here, be satisfied. But it's, I mean, projects are good in our communities and throughout, and I know that mining is high on our provincial minds, but again, it's our public that live in these areas that have good concern. I mean, it is a good concern that, you know, to look at what kind of increase over the period of a contract. It is good to look and see what is, I mean, as far as the answer back on the remediation of the land, that was just a circle of, oh, we might do this, we do this, we do that, but we have a contract with the landowner and we have to satisfy them. Well, I'm sure that when the time comes, there could be landowners that could say, just give me 10 grand, I don't care if they lay there forever. Is that how that's gonna be cleaned up? I mean, if it's with the landowner's got no commitment to any neighbor. I mean, we're us as a community and a council would like to keep our county looking prosperous and clean, and we'd like to have solid grounds that those things are gonna be taken care of, same as the windmills. I mean, if it, like I said, if it's a contract with an individual, and that individual doesn't care if that old windmill stands there with the blades off it for the next 100 years, and he gets a few bucks, the community's gotta look at it. And that's the same as the solar projects. I kind of found they were kind of roundabout, yeah, well, we do put some away, and we do this, but we have a contract. And, yeah. Too bad we just didn't have a little more input into how our constituents would feel. Anyway, I I don't have a government.
Great point. No, great point. Most of us probably thought of something similar to those points. Are there any other comments on the motion? Questions? Seeing none? All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. 5.4. Councillor Argenbar.
Yes, I move to approve policy 106, Municipal Traffic Authority, 7-day notice given on November the 10th, 2025.
Thank you. Seconder. Councillor Harding. Any questions or comment on this motion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion adopted. 5.5. Councillor Welsh.
I move to approve policy 137, respectful workplace, 7-day notice given on November 10th, 2025.
Thank you very much. Seconder. Councillor Carson-Salzman. Any comments or questions on the respectful workplace? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. 5.6. Councillor Carson-Salzman.
I move to approve policy 130, occupational health and safety, 7-day notice given on November 10th, 2025.
Thank you. Seconder, Councillor Oxner. Any comments or question on the occupational health and safety motion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. Okay. Now we are on 6.1, which is page 12, S2 Building Bylaw. There's a motion. Councillor Longmire.
I move to give final reading to S2 Building Bylaw, first reading having been given on October 14th, 2025.
Thank you. Seconder, Councillor Welsh. Any comments or questions to the building bylaw? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Okay. On page 16 to 19, you will see the council motion tracking list for July, September, and October. But two things happening. There you go. Okay, we are at councillor comments. We will start with District 1.
Greetings from District 1. Weather is getting a little cooler out there. I guess we're coming in. Someone said it's fresh. That's a good word. The Wilmot and Area Neighborhood Watch meetings are held the first Monday of each month, and they're held at the Wilmot Community Center. The last meeting that I attended there was a presentation given by Roxy Peterson, and he gave some information on the Nova Scotia Guard, which was very interesting. He said there's approximately like 2,500 volunteers within the organization, which was pretty neat. Upcoming, within the county, we have 4 4-H clubs, which registration is now open. Mountain Ridge would be in my area at the Mountain Square Community Hall, and registration is November 23rd. Pleased to represent the county at the Remembrance Day service held at the NSCC in Middleton. Good attendance there. It was great to see. And I'd like to take a moment to thank all our volunteers in the county for their continuous work. As the temperatures get colder, there's a lot more work to the shelters and providing food to our locals. So I'd like to give a shout out to the volunteers.
Thank you very much, Councillor. District 2.
Greetings from District 2. I've been trying to think of what activities here we have in the county, and what comes to mind that I could encourage. And then I think about what we have most abundant right now, and that is mud. So I like to encourage mud wrestling, but I think it's probably a little too cold for that. So instead, I'm just going to encourage folks, if they're in the Port George area, to attend their jam sessions every Monday night. They're having their, I think it's going to be the last breakfast of this year, December. And I think they have their AGM as well tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So other than that, I'll leave it there, short and sweet.
Great. Thank you very much. Councillor? District 3.
Thank you. I'm trying not to complain about the mud, only because it was so dry and we dealt with the forest fire, and even though I slowly say words to myself out in my own yard, but at least we had rain. So it was a pleasure to represent the county at the Remembrance Day service in Bridgetown with my fellow councillor Aguilar. It was great to see the amount of people over there. It seems like for the past, well, since COVID, it looks like the service is continuing to grow. More and more people are showing up, which prior to COVID, we started to see a downturn. So it's nice to see people coming out, and it's something very important that we do only once a year, and just recognize the sacrifices of everyone at all the wars, and the fact that this one really hit home with the Legion and all the ceremonies, that they're moving away from just focusing on the world wars, and they're actually recognizing all the wars that Canada fought in, which is very important. I just wanted to mention something I'd never ever mentioned in the past, was Bridgetown has a Bridgetown Walk program, and every Wednesday at 10 a.m. A group of people meet at the local Bridgetown library, and then they walk around the town and they follow different things. And it's a great way to get out and meet people. I know there's a lot of business owners that attend there, a lot of people from Chamber of Commerce, and just a lot of volunteers. It's a good way to network and walk and enjoy our wonderful streets of Bridgetown with or without sidewalks. Also, this upcoming Friday, December the 5th, we have Light Up the Town. So it's an annual thing in Bridgetown, which has turned into quite the event. So there's a tree that's donated, and it's decorated by the local high school and elementary school children. And so on Friday the 5th, we'll light that up. We'll also have a parade of lights, and hopefully, if everything goes to plan, we'll have fireworks. Last year we tried, but it got rained out, but we were able to ring in the new year with it instead. And then finally, the following day, so hopefully you don't stay up too late watching fireworks. You can get up early and go to the Lions Breakfast at the Bridgetown Legion on Saturday, starting at 8 a.m. And that's all I got.
Thank you very much. District 4.
Greetings from District 4. Yesterday, although it was just a light dusting, it was a reminder that it's time to start thinking about winter safety and snow tires on, and be a little more cautious when you drive. I spoke, I think, to a firefighter yesterday, and by 11 they had already had 5 calls that they had gone out just at the Annapolis Fire Department. In the last month, had the pleasure of joining the warding and Councillor Harding, Councillor Longmire at the annual firefighters banquet for the Annapolis Royal Volunteer Fire Department. It's always a lovely evening, and it's always important to see these firefighters get the recognition and celebrate the contributions they make to the community. And I think everybody there, all the guest speakers, including the warden, thank them for the sacrifices they make to help protect us. Also attended the Remembrance Day ceremony and got to represent the county at the Clementsport Legion, and similar, it was a pleasure to thank the members for the contributions they've made as well. I had the pleasure of joining my colleague Councillor Longmire at a community meeting in Granville discussing remediation ideas and stuff. I'll let her speak to it, but I just want to say that my takeaway was there's 57 members of the community there, as well as two councillors, a former councillor in the MLA, and my main thing was the conversation was overwhelmingly positive, and kind of touching on what was said earlier, it is important although it was a provincial project, we are the first contact with the community, and a lot of the feedback was glad to see us there and involved in the communications and conversations. Pleased to see that the county has the temporary water relief program, so I was one of the districts where I did hear inquiries and concerns with the wells. Most of them are being alleviated now with a little bit wetter weather, but I was glad to see us take that initiative, and it'll be interesting to see ahead of next season what type of initiatives we can look at. But I thank the staff for launching that initiative. And speaking of thanking the staff, I saw a press release, I think just this morning, from the county mentioning about the $300,000 in community grants we made it this year, which is which we were earlier on, but it was just a reminder specifically to thank the staff for the work they did in reviewing those applications and working with community groups and pointing them in the right directions. I know most of our discussions were early in the spring, but I know the staff get inquiries year-round on ways to help, so I want to thank staff for the things that they do to help the community groups in our areas. So yeah, as we start the holiday season, there will be a number of Christmas events and holiday events at the local halls. I attended one at the Round Hill Community Hall just the other day, ticket auction and luncheon. For some of these halls, some of them will stay open, but for some of them, the Christmas event will be their last kind of thing before packing up and wrapping up for the winter season. So encourage everybody to get out to the local events. Two that I know of coming up is a craft sale at the Grand Center Community Hall on November 29th, and also a craft sale and bake sale at the Moshel Community Hall also on November 29th. I suspect the other halls will be come up as well. And I will be hosting my next coffee with your councillor at the Round Hill Community Hall on December 11th from 1 to 3 p.m. So hopefully look forward to having good conversations with more of the community members. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. District 5.
District 5, good morning from District 5. I was honored in November to represent our county at NSFM Fall Conference in Halifax, an inspiring gathering of municipal leaders from across Nova Scotia. The conference theme was local focus and lasting impact, emphasizing collaboration and shared solutions, bringing together councillors, mayors, and wardens to explore how we can work together on common challenges and future priorities, building stronger and more resilient communities. It was wonderful to come together with other municipalities to talk about those shared concerns, from coastal planning and climate adaptation to economic development and governance. Our tour of the legislature was arranged by Jill Pulser, MLA for Digby, Annapolis, and we were warmly welcomed by David Bowlby, MLA, who joined us as well. Our guide, Kyle, led us through the halls and shared so many fascinating facts about the building's history. Overall, the conference was reinforced what makes us stronger as a region: connection, cooperation, and shared purpose. Hearing the same challenges voiced across so many municipalities, and when working together on solutions, it has and was deeply encouraging. A reminder of upcoming events: Young's Cove Community Hall, 5407 Shore Road West. Coffee continues on Mondays, yoga on Tuesdays, Friday night jams at 7, and as well the potluck at the last Friday music jam each month. If you're interested to bring along an instrument, Councillor Agambar does that on occasional, and it's wonderful to see. Coming up are a craft workshop November 19th, tomorrow night, 6 p.m., $10 per person, $5 for members, and supplies are included. Next on the list is Christmas craft sale and luncheon, November 22nd, this Saturday, 11 to 3. And that is a fee of $5 with lunch, and without lunch, $2, raffle prizes, and lots of great gift ideas for the holidays. New Horizons Hall, 1771 Granville Road. Monday night jams continue. A bake sale and hot dog grill, November 22nd, this Saturday, 11 to 2. All proceeds going towards the hall maintenance. And then their Christmas show and lunch on December 6th at 7 p.m. $10. You can call Anne Marie at her number 902-955-2244 to reserve your seat. And as well, you may want to participate in the Christmas Cash 50/50 draw, which the winner that night will be announced, and you will go away with some shopping cash, $1,000. Lower Granville Hall, 3551 Granville Road. Friday morning coffees continue, and it's wonderful to meet with citizens in the area. Yoga continues. Cats for Keep 50/50 raffle. Lower Granville Hall is the site to purchase your tickets, and the draw will be November 30th. Tickets are $5. All support goes to food for these beautiful animals, vet care, medication, and so much more. To visit the website that I've included here, and as well, if any events, if you are attending at the Lower Granville Hall, you can buy your tickets at that time. They are also raffling off a wonderful emergency kit, a 4-person, 72-hour emergency kit, $2 a ticket, 3 for $5, 2 for $1. Draws December 20th, and the value of that kit is $205, a wonderful asset for anyone. Indoor walking continues, lots of other activities along the way. This past weekend, they had a wonderful Christmas sale, and it was amazing to see so many youth vendors. And then on November 11th, I attended alongside Councillor Harding the Remembrance Day service at Branch 21 Legion here locally, laying a wreath on behalf of the county. The music and the words spoken were absolutely beautiful. Wonderful to see that packed house. Youth, it's always important to see youth among us. And, I heard others around me saying, it's so noisy. And you know what? I welcome that noise. Please bring the youth. Remember to book those winter tire appointments. Yesterday was just a taste of what's to come. Please drive safely, and always remind yourself to drive for the condition. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. District 6.
Greetings from District 6. It's been a busy and rewarding month across District 6 with plenty happening in our communities and some encouraging signs of progress as we move towards the end of this year. I've had the chance to meet with several residents this month on a range of local issues, from infrastructure to land use to small business opportunities and quality of life concerns. These conversations are always valuable and remind me how engaged and thoughtful our community members can be. Thank you to everyone who reached out and welcomed me into their homes and businesses. A recent important highlight this month was the ribbon cutting for the new comfort station in Bear River. I hope I don't steal your thunder. This marks a major step in transforming the village waterfront into a true destination, more accessible, more welcoming, and better equipped to serve both residents and visitors. But it also represents the culmination of a much longer journey. The effort to bring a reliable source of potable water to the Annapolis side of Bear River. Many downtown businesses and homes have gone without or relied on trucked-in water for many years. I've been personally involved in this project for nearly 2 decades in discussion and development. So seeing this progress finally realized is deeply rewarding. It's just not a comfort station, it's a symbol of perseverance, partnership, and what a community can do when it sets a goal. And I want to sincerely thank everyone who contributed to making this project a reality. I was glad to attend the Bear River Fire Department breakfast. Always a great morning with excellent food and even better company. Our volunteer firefighters deserve enormous credit for the time and commitment they put into our communities year-round. Although I wasn't able to attend the community volunteer ceremony this year, I want to express my appreciation for all the volunteers that make our communities work, from service clubs to event organizers to hall committees and youth mentors. You are the backbone, the cornerstones of rural life in Annapolis County. I was also had the opportunity to achieve the Clements Port Historical Committee's AGM. It was an excellent turnout, and there was always fascinating guest speakers. It's a real testament to the pride people take in our local history. It's always inspiring to see that connection to our past continuing through community initiatives like this. Another event I enjoy attending when I can is the monthly beekeeping meeting at Upper Clements Hall. My wife and I purchased hives this spring and have been discovering it's much easier to keep hives than it is bees.
Love it.
It's impressive to see how much care and knowledge go into local beekeeping and how it supports pollination and agriculture in our area. I also attended a recent meeting with Southwest Nova Biosphere Regional Association. Their work continues to highlight the balance between conservation, sustainable development, and community well-being in our region. I'm proud to say that we play a role in one of Canada's few UNESCO Biosphere reserves, and I look forward to exploring more ways that we can support their initiative in Annapolis County. Finally, I met with Aaron Todd from Nova Scotia Health to discuss the strengths, needs, and challenges we see in District 6. These conversations help identify where local services are working well and where more support is needed, particularly around accessibility and prevention. I didn't have it in my notes here, but I also was able to represent the county at the Remembrance Day ceremony in Bear River. It was very well attendance. And like Councillor Longmire mentioned, it was great to see so many youth out participating in that event. It was pretty much standing room only. Another thing that I didn't have in my notes here was an event that happened the night after Halloween, or it was a Sunday, so 2 nights after Halloween. And it was a lantern festival that happened in Bear River called Creatures of the Night. They got a parade permit. They shut Main Street down, Clementsville, and the parade started at Oak Dean. There was dozens of participants all lit up in all these different costumes, paraded through town, led by the fire department, down to the fire hall, turned around, and finished at the new conference station on the waterfront, where we had music playing and kids dancing. Sparkle Dance was represented, so they got up and did some performances. It was a quintessential Bear River evening that people will remember for years. There was art installations throughout town. It was a really remarkable evening. It was probably twice the size as it was at its inaugural event last year. And I'm sure this is an event that will continue to grow for years to come. So if you have the opportunity to come and have a look at it next year, it's a pretty amazing event.
Nice.
I've got somebody calling me. Be quiet.
Interrupting.
You're interrupting me still. Hold on, I'll just finish off here. I gotta get a little bit more tech savvy. So as we approach the holiday season and gather with friends and family, keep an eye out for the many craft shows and community markets that happen across this county. There are wonderful ways to support local artisans, find local gifts, and share in the festive spirit. I want to say a thank you to everyone who continues to stay involved, offer ideas, and lend a hand. And that's what keeps our community strong. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. And remind us of that next year,
I
so
will.
that we can have it on the docket. District 8? No.
Nope,
7? Nope.
Thank you, not to be left out.
Nope.
Well, greetings from District 7. Well, it's hard to believe, but this month marks the first full year of this sitting council. And I must say that for me personally, it has been an honor and a privilege to serve the citizens of Annapolis County, and in particular, District 7. I welcome the opportunity to continue to do so, and look forward to the next 3 years or more. Thank you. So far, November has been an active time with various association meetings and sports activity, highlighted by the Nova Scotia Division III Girls High School Soccer Provincial Championship, which was held at the Sports Hub, Bridgetown Sports Hub, and hosted by our Bridgetown Regional Community School Senior Girls Team. And they represented us very well, bringing home the bronze medal. And it was a very well-attended event, and I was privileged to be part of the opening ceremony at that event as well. Once again, this year, I, along with Deputy Warden Enslow, attended the Remembrance Day ceremony, laying a wreath on behalf of the County of Annapolis at the Bridgetown Legion. As always been the case, it's been very well attended, and both civilians and military personnel were there. Very solemn event and solemn occasion, and this year was no exception. It was held outside this year, which was nice, and just at the time of 11 a.m., the sun came out, and it was great. Very, very good. Now that the Christmas season is looming large, there are lots of craft sales taking place throughout the county, and I urge everyone to get out and support your local artisans again this year. There's lots of them going on everywhere. Once again, I'd like to remind everybody that the Bridgetown Legion hosts lots of activity for active living and recreation programs, particularly for seniors, so check out the weekly activity calendar. Mark your calendars, folks, for the annual Bridgetown Light Up the Town event, Friday, December the 5th. Actually, we don't collaborate, obviously, on our greetings, and so there's a little bit of overlap, so I apologize. What's that?
I'm just glad I go first.
Yeah, you stole my thunder. So anyway, the Bridgetown Light Up the Town will kick off at around 5 p.m. On Friday, and it's going to be a busy weekend. Friday night and Saturday is also the Bridgetown BCRS O2 Craft and Market Sale at this expo at the school. And that also runs on to December the 7th, or 6th. And of course, again, the Bridgetown Lions Club have their regular breakfast on Saturday morning as well. Saturday, December the 6th, there's a bake sale at the West Paradise Community Hall. Please support the Center Lee Community Hall fundraiser with the purchase of their annual 2026 Celebrating Center Lee calendar. Check the notice in this week's reader. So this is going to be a fundraiser for them as well to support ongoing activities at the hall. On Thursday, November the 20th, it's a Meet Your Chamber event at the Bridgetown Legion. So the Bridgetown and Area Community Chamber of Commerce are having something new this year, and they're having it at the Legion on, as I said, on Thursday night, starting at 6:30 p.m. And it's an opportunity to come out and see what the chamber offers for local businesses and artisans and so on and so forth. And they'll cover some of the options that they have and some of the things that they are able to provide, such as insurance and a variety of other things as well. Also, I'd like to mention that the ACOS group that operate the Sports Hub have now completed the fall cleanup, and winter storage is done, and the solar panel power system has also been installed in the new storage container that's there on site. So thank you from District 7.
Thank you. I'm going to miss you. District 8.
Thank you, Madam Warden. Morning, everyone, from District 8. If you haven't got your snow tires on yet after yesterday, I think it would be a good time to book now. Yesterday morning's drive was a tricky one, and it's clear that winter driving season has officially begun. So please give yourself extra time so you can safely get where you're going. November 11th, I attended the Remembrance Day service at the Port Royal Legion Branch 21 in Annapolis Royal alongside Councillor Longmire. We laid a wreath on behalf of the county. The ceremony and the reception hosted afterwards were excellent, as always, and very well attended. They have, in my opinion, the best seafood chowder there. You've got to go quick to get a bowl of it or else it's gone. My thanks go out to the dedicated volunteers at the branch. All these people are volunteers. They give their time and their effort to make these ceremonies a possibility so that we can all take the time to remember all the sacrifices that were made. So a big thanks to all those volunteers that pull it all together. I also had the opportunity to attend the official opening and ribbon cutting for the Bear River Comfort Station. as Councillor Welch so eloquently told us about. I won't go into too much detail, but Warden LeBlanc, Deputy Warden Enslow, myself, and MP Chris D'Entremont, as well as members of the staff, were all present. And despite the cold, wet, and windy conditions, it was actually a fairly solid turnout of people that came out. That might have had something to do with the hot chocolate and cookies, I'm not sure. The facility is part of the broader upgrades to the waterfront and the installation of the village's new water system. So it features 2 fully accessible washrooms, an outdoor covered deck area that can function as a stage, large washing sink, an outdoor shower. And the members of the Bear River Board of Trade have shared that the facility is being really well used and is an asset to the community. So they're very pleased to have it there. I just also wanted to quickly mention the Foresters Hall in Clementsvale is doing their memory tree lighting on November 27th at 7 p.m. There'll be cookies and hot chocolate. It's a nice event that they do. They light up the tree in memory of people that have passed. And also the Bear River Winter Craft Fair is going to be Saturday, November 22nd. This is held at various venues throughout Bear River, such as the Oak Dean Center. There'll also be some things going on at the Foresters Hall. So that'll be in and around the area on November 22nd. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. District 9.
Welcome from District 9. It's been busy since the last council meeting, with various committee meetings following up on District 9 resident matters. The temporary assistance with water is appreciated. So many county residents are still coping with dry wells due to the drought this summer. Mother Nature is finally providing much-needed rain. There are still concerns about wells with winter coming, so no more complaining about mud. You do. It was a pleasure to attend the volunteer recognition evening at Beaver Creek, the end of October. Volunteers are such an important part of our region, and not just during a crisis as we saw in August, but every day they contribute to our communities. I was also fortunate to attend the Remembrance Day ceremony at the NSCC in Middleton with Warden LeBlanc and Councillors Hare and Parsons-Salzman, and it's always an honor to be there. Earlier this month, I was fortunate to attend the NSFM Fall Conference. I will not elaborate because Councillor Longmire did such a great job describing it. And certainly a year makes a difference. I had a much better understanding going this year than last. With the approaching holidays, please try to attend the many local craft fairs and support our local businesses. The Reader is a great source for upcoming events, or check out our many halls on social media. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. District 10.
Greetings from District 10. Also, I have attended the volunteer awards at Beaver Creek. Very nice venue, lots of volunteers, and impressive to see how much some of those volunteers do. A very nice program and well enjoyed evening. Again, I support the rest of the councilors with their snow and tires. There was a few incidents, and I know the first snow from working in the snow world for many years. First snows is the most dangerous snows there is because people don't slow down, they don't have winter tires on, and the most famous thing I hear is, "Oh, I got brand new all seasons." Right. So I encourage people to put winter tires on. They're there for a reason. The Remembrance Day, I went to 2 Remembrance Day outings, one in Springfield, a very small congregation gets together in Springfield, usually the Sunday before Remembrance Day. Very personal. People got up and spoke about relatives that were in the wars and their feelings for that day, so it was good. Also, I went to the Remembrance Day in Lawrencetown, and they had 80-plus wreaths to lay. It was a big service. One thing this year, and what I find about it is, every year they have a guest speaker that tells their story. And it could be a story about their relatives, their father, their grandfather, their great-grandparents, and the wars they served. This year, they had a choir from CFB Greenwood, a women's choir, and they told the story of how that choir came about is because the ladies, when their husbands were off on deployments, they were probably a little bored, wanted friendship and stuff like that, so they got a group of ladies together. They said you didn't have to know how to sing, you just had to show up, and they were remarkable. And they did 3 songs at the service and really showed their talent, and it was a good story behind it. So that was a big event. I spent some time in West Dalhousie last month with my buddy that runs my excavator, and we did some cleanup, and I was very glad that I could do that. Also, if you're driving through Lawrencetown, the little health center there and the drugstore, they're putting 2 additions on. They're putting a fairly sizable addition on the back and a smaller one on the front. The front is more room for a lobby for sitting and waiting to see a doctor, and the back is to get ready for the new doctor that's coming in the new year, and I think a nurse practitioner may be coming. So that little center is booming, and other than that, everyone should grab the Bridgetown Reader because it is a really good source of what events are going on in all of our communities. I know that the Lawrencetown School always has a breakfast with Santa. The Ingesville Hall has a craft sale and stuff, but throughout that reader, it kind of gives you an overview of a lot of events that covers most of our county. So it's good to glance through it and see what's going on in our communities. And everyone be safe for Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And the big boys with their toys going up there is very much appreciated from what I've heard from everybody. So thank you for all the toys that have gone up there and did such great work. Okay, I will do District 11. Well, as you can hear, every month is full of activities in all community centers in our area. So I will just add on to some of the things that we have already mentioned. I also attended the Annapolis Royal Fire Department banquet with our fellow councillors Harding, Cranton, and Longmire. It's always a privilege to be with our first responders. These volunteers are ready to run in places we run away from. So we need to thank them every day. Attended the Remembrance Day ceremony at the NSCC in Middleton with Councillors Oxner, Parsons, Salzman, and Hare. It was well attended, and as usual, the MRHS student band provided the music for the Remembrance Day ceremony. Also attended the NSFM conference with 2 other councillors, Oxner and Longmire, as Longmire has already given all the information. We'll move on from there. There was a lot of new councillors that we could meet, new wardens and mayors, so it's always a great discussion. And attended the official opening of the Bear River Comfort Center. It was a long time waiting, and I know Councillor Welsh will be saying that, and it was, I agree. However, we have a beautiful comfort center, and the MP, Chris Datsamon, made a comment that this is lovely, maybe we should have more of these. So, that was a positive comment. Last but not least, it's that time of year. So, at the Three Rivers Community Center is having a breakfast with Santa on Saturday, December the 6th at 8:30 a.m., and it's a free will offering. And Santa is scheduled to arrive around 9 a.m. So, you might want to go visit. Also, check the website. There's always something at any community center. Just check them out, see what's going on. Last but not least, be safe as we are going into snow season, as we saw the other day. Thank you very much for all your comments, councillors. And I will ask our CAO if he has a comment or any information he would like to provide.
Not right now, I don't think, Warden. There's something else going on. Welcome back.
I'm sure he'll put us back on track later. Okay, so we are now in the in-camera session. I need a motion to go in camera. Could somebody read the motion, please? Councillor Oxner.
I move the council go in camera in accordance with section 22(2)G, legal advice eligible for solicitor-client privilege of the Municipal Government Act.
Thank you, and I need a seconder. Councillor Cranston. All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no.